darkness. Like, welcome back to Out of My Mind with Stephen E. I have a good friend of mine today, and her name is Tommie Taylor.
Hello.
And we've been knowing each other for
Years.
longer than we can count.
Over 10 years.
So, today's topic, we're just going to go right in. We're going to be discussing mental health.
Which I have a lot of experience in.
Yes. It's levels to this shit. So, I don't know how should we start this off, but I'm just gonna go in with my questions.
Okay.
So, what is mental health to you, Tommie?
To me, I would say mental health is one's ability to cope with all of the ebbs and flows, ups and downs of life. Mental health is either your capacity to overcome or your inability to cope. And ultimately, it's up to you as to how you're going to allow life and its trials to affect you. When we go through things in life, it can either empower us or debilitate us. And mental health is the result of the choices that we make as it pertains to what we endure and go through.
Forgot to put our phones on side. You put it on Do Not Disturb. Yeah, like I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
What you trying to say, friend?
Mental health.
It's touchy.
Whew. It's hard to everybody has their own way of dealing with certain situations. Like everybody don't operate the same.
They don't have the same
It's just
way of coping with life.
Everybody don't have the same feelings, emotions,
background.
It's really, really, it's tough. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it'll help people if they had the support, like
genuine support.
Yeah,
not like
oh, I'm a fool with you, or I'm gonna deal with you now, but I ain't gonna deal with you next time. Like people need
consistent reassurance. That's the main thing with me. Like whenever I go through my episodes or whatever, I personally feel like I could overcome them and get over them in a more expeditious manner if those that I feel care for me or that I care for would just, be there for me and talk to me about how I'm feeling instead of alienating.
Yeah. Because it's almost like you are considered a
outcast or something.
Yeah. Not just like a monster or something. Just I don't know how to put it. Like at the end of the day, you still a human. Mm-hmm. It's just you got some stuff going on.
Yeah.
And
some trauma.
And you just need to I don't really know how to put it, but I just know
this what we're doing now is I think is gonna help.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting a different perspective out there for people to know how to better cope with their loved ones that deal with mental. I don't like the word illness. I don't like when people say mental illness. I think it's just trauma.
Yeah,
it's not an illness. It's your ability or inability to overcome trauma.
So, we're going to move on to the next question. Tommie, what is your strategy in managing stress and anxiety?
So, as far as I deal with stress and anxiety, years ago, I had this saying, don't stress over what you have no control over. That was my saying years and years and years ago. and my twins. I'm not gonna say how old I am. But years and years ago, I had this saying, don't stress over which you have no control over. Then life happened, and I started stressing over things that I had no control over. So, but
well, I can actually relate to it because the way I deal with my stress, I had to teach myself how to live for the day.
mm-hmm.
Like I've never was able to deal with the fact that, oh, what I'm gonna be doing next Wednesday, I don't know.
Right.
Like the whole planning,
live in the moment.
Yeah, the whole planning and trying to be like, I'm gonna have to do this next Wednesday, so I'm gonna have to do this until I can't do it. I can't do it because I don't even know what's gonna happen after we finish taping this episode. So I can't live for next Wednesday when I don't even know what's the hell gonna happen tonight. That's my way of dealing with stress and anxiety. Anxiety is kind of come and go, but
when do you get anxiety? Me, I get anxiety like it depends on the company that I keep, right? Mm-hmm. But if I go somewhere in a public setting,
that energy
plays a big part. If I go somewhere in a public setting, depending on who I'm with, if the energy's good, I'm good. But if the energy is slightly off, I'm having loads and loads of anxiety.
And I'm looking for the nearest door. Right. I'm about to go.
And that's people like us. We like driving wherever we go, so we can take that.
Yeah, because when I'm ready to go, I can't be waiting on you because you want to sit here all night.
Right.
I'm about to go. And if I don't feel like I'm welcome, I don't go there ever again.
Right.
And that's with like anything, like shopping, different stores. Mm-hmm. I won't go. I don't feel like I belong in here. And my anxiety, I get anxiety from like, well now I think it's because I'm older and I did recently have a car accident. So I think driving and a lot of people are like large crowds. And I always been like that with large crowds, but I think when I got older, it just seems like
more of an impact.
Yeah, but they don't know. They don't know
what I've been through.
If we look like what we've been through, I don't think we'll be sitting here doing this right now.
Come on.
And so, with that being said, are you currently receiving treatment, and how do you feel about it? Would you prefer being medicated or the natural way of dealing with it? Or do you feel like being medicated and the natural together?
So it's a combination of both natural and medicated. I take 0.5 milligram of a little pill. And I've decided that, because I know what my trigger is. My trigger, as far as when I have episodes, is only because of the decriminalization of marijuana in Texas. If I smell a contact, the fact that I'm such a naturalist, the little bit of chemical that gets into my brain, I can feel my brain waves just going. And what I do to prevent having a full-blown episode is I take my 0.5 milligram of medication and it subsides it. It eliminates it. And that, I'm mad because I should have figured that shit. I should have figured that a long time ago because I fucked up some shit.
But do you feel like that's the only trigger?
Yes, honestly. Well,
or do you have
critical life events? I noticed when my dad passed away. When my dad passed away on my first episode.
That's what I figured. I was telling my mom, I was like, it had to be that just you got to heal, and then one thing just push you over. I was like, that had to be the issue. But because once again, that goes back to the trauma. And losing someone is considered trauma as well, especially when you're close to the person like you were with your dad.
Absolutely.
And I know that because we've been friends
since before my dad passed away.
Right. Kelly. With white wall ties.
Right. Bro. You remember
okay.
Southern Street.
So you prefer, well, you said both. You prefer.
So prior to my dad's passing, prior to, it's crazy because honestly, I used to be able to indulge in marijuana. And maybe I had issues. Maybe I did have issues. I wasn't conscious of them. I wasn't aware.
A few moments later.
But what I was about to say, so it is not just the marijuana. What you said, real life.
It can be like stressful life events,
yes.
like losing a job or losing a loved one. Losing a job or losing a loved one.
Yeah, that's another thing. The job. Because it's like you try so hard and then you just be like, shut down. Yeah, you don't understand. And then that's another reason why I say people need to leave people alone as far as like bullying and stuff like that, because
you don't know what somebody is dealing with.
Yeah, people become, instead of mine, theirs, because y'all need to leave people alone. That's why they out here doing all this. That's not what this is about.
Depending on how you deal.
Right. Randomly talking. Is it supposed to rain?
It rained already.
When you was on your way?
No, after I got.
And by the way, I did this makeup.
Get into it.
It's called crease, but it ain't crease. But what options do you feel can help others deal with their mental health situation?
The biggest help for anyone dealing with mental health is communication. Someone to talk to when you're going through, so that you can get through.
Say that again. Wait a minute.
Someone that you can talk to so that you can get through.
You see that? Get through.
Get through.
Ah. I don't think they heard that. We're going to say that one more time.
I'm going to let you say it this time.
Someone that they can talk to so they can get through.
Amen.
All a person needs is an ear.
A listening.
That's it. That's all that they need. That's all that they need. So somebody call you 50 times a day and you know their situation. You might can't answer every 50 times, but 25 out of that 50.
Just be there for
just talk and listen. You can listen to, you can hold the phone for 3 minutes. You ain't gotta say shit, but just listen. I don't know why that's so hard. I don't know. I just don't know.
And I would say not just listening, but have compassion. Compassion can heal all of society if you really think about it. Because so many people that have dealt with all kinds of abuse or trauma since who knows when. or how long they endured. There's women that went through domestic violence. There's myself. I went through domestic violence. I went through childhood abuse. I went through the abuse I went through was mental, physical, and emotional.
Yeah, all that shit have something to do.
Yeah.
All that just make you just feel some way.
Right.
You got physical, emotional, mental, all of that. Just all of that just gets to be up in here. Just got, and when you act out, you just be fed up.
But like I said, compassion it's compassion is the building block in life that will allow someone to overcome. I think compassion can help anyone overcome anything that they've ever been subjected to or endured.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you know that in the past you've been through something and it wasn't favorable to your well-being, as you move through life and you encounter people that shower you with compassion, the issues that you faced in the past can be overshadowed by the love that you're being that you receive
Mm-hmm.
in the present.
Yeah, it's almost like you're missing it. You're missing something. But if that was there,
You were deprived of it.
you won't have the time.
Not only missing, but deprived.
You have that. You don't have the time to think of that. Which, you know, it all plays a good role into being there and
Having healthy coping skills.
yeah, it helps. It really does help. Mm-hmm. So y'all need to do what y'all just heard. Y'all need to do.
But Stephen is a published author. For those of you that are not aware, and I saw all of his books. They look amazing. They and kids will love them. Adults will appreciate them. And yeah,
Because
support your local talent.
Because starting early with the simple things in life,
Boom.
you appreciate that you did it for your child when it gets to my age. Or, because I'm not going to say my age, but, you know, it helps to start early with learning development, especially. But I'll talk about that in the previous episode. Next time, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And hit that little bell so you get notification. All right.
Deuce.